Hi guys, thanks for cruising in today. I just had an inquiry from one of my subscribers and he wanted to know, did the new model CB500X in the Honda range have a heavy or light clutch? So I'm here to answer that question for you now, so we'll get into it. Now the quick answer to that question is a big yes. It has got a very light clutch, but there's more to it than that, so let's go upstairs and take a look. First off, I'll give you a demonstration on really how much pressure is required to operate the new clutch on this CB500X. So here we go. We'll go one finger. That gives you a very good idea how light the clutch pull really is. Now we'll go over and have a look at the 2019 model XR190 Honda and compare it there. Okay, we're at the the XR190. We'll go for a clutch pull on that one. And you can see it's a lot harder to pull the clutch in. So this one's got the standard clutch like most bikes have got. But it is a lot harder to pull the clutch in on that little 190. Okay, so now we have a look at both bikes, CB500X and the XR190, and we wonder, this little bike here has got a very heavy clutch, or a lot heavier, and the CB500X has got a very light clutch, and you have to ask the question why. And the reason why is this new 2019 model is fitted with a slipper clutch, and the slipper clutch is there mainly to assist new riders to the sport. So probably by now you're thinking, big deal, the little one's got a heavy clutch, and so what, I can pull that in, no drama. And this bigger bike, well, doesn't matter as if the clutch is heavy or light as long as I can ride it. But it's really not the case. The fact is, if you're a learner rider and you're out along the road and you do something unexpected and go down through the gears, especially from 5th or 6th, and then drop down to 2nd, and then realise you're not in the correct gear, and hit like 2nd or 1st, then you got the chances of getting a rear wheel lock-up. This bike would definitely lock up for sure, but this one, chances are virtually nil. And that's why Honda's put the big added safety feature in for new riders of a slipper clutch. These slipper clutches are starting to make their way into the cheaper line of motorcycles a fair bit now. Like over the last 18 months I've had 3 bikes so far with the slipper clutch. The first one I experienced would have been the Kawasaki Verzi X300. Then the new Royal Enfield 650 Interceptor. And finally this Honda was the last one, so starting to make the way to the present pretty well. Well, we now know which bike's got the slipper clutch and which hasn't, so how's this going to help you? Well, for example, if you were out cruising along the road fairly quick and you had to come into a sharp left-hand bend, or you had to turn left and you had to drop from, say, 6th gear down to 2nd, on this bike you could comfortably go all the way down through those gears and go through them fast without any drama of this back wheel locking up or hopping or anything like that. Because when you come down to a corner at higher speed, you're on the front brake, so therefore most of your weight's distributed to the front of the bike. When you look back, this rear wheel's just sitting there not as good as it was prior to braking. And then when you apply the clutch and bring it down through the gears, you got the risk of this rear wheel lifting a little bit off the ground, or not getting the correct grip on the ground like it was prior to it, doing a few hops, and the next minute the party's over for you and you're on the ground or out of control or worse. So that's the advantage of that slipper clutch. It makes everything so smooth when you're doing down changes. And later on I'll take this bike out and give you a demo of the bike going through the gears. Up changes make no difference, but when you come down you'll know that you can come down through the gears, change it nice and smooth, no drama on the bike, and all's good. Plus I'll also mention that you don't have to be riding fast either to get the benefit from this slipper clutch. If you do a lot of riding on a wet road, well, that's where your problems really start. And the best thing about, once again, the slipper clutch, you can do your down changes, go back through the gears without the risk of the bike losing traction or anything like that. So it works both ways. It works in dry, works in wet, works under all conditions, and it's a very good addition to this bike, and more importantly, it's virtually free with the bike, so how could you lose? And by the way, if you've liked what you've seen or any of the videos that I've put together and you've thought about subscribing and haven't gone the full distance yet, by all means press that button and join the channel, and it'd be greatly appreciated. And now I might just take the bike out, give it a little bit of a run out along the road and just show you what it's like on the downshift from 6 back to 2nd, and we'll see that slipper clutch in action. Coming into it now, so we're in 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd. So back to that slipper clutch. All I can tell you is when you see it going through the gears now, faultless. You can change gears as quick as you can. This is a nice bike to ride, this one. Anyway guys, that's a bit of a wrap up on the slipper clutch. I didn't do any wild changes back down the first gear because I don't want to deliberately get out and abuse this new bike. Just give you an idea of how it goes and how the clutch operates, and most importantly from anyone that's buying one of these straight off now as a learn illegal bike, just having that slipper clutch and the gear indicator selector alone are 2 good reasons just to buy the bike. I really think this is a really nice set of wheels. Although I've only been back in the bikes for the past 7 years, prior to that I was really into cars, or I'm still into cars, but you know, after you've had a lot of cars, and I think I've had, I don't know, well over 100, might be close to 150, I don't know, I've lost count. It's been long, there's been that many cars, I change them like bikes. Yeah, so that bit aside, that's why when I think I break it on a bike and I ride it 5 miles, 10 miles or something like that, make up my mind then if it's any good or no good, and I just draw on the experience with all the cars I've had over the years, of good ones and bad ones, and I think that's how you can decide. You don't have to ride them 2 hours, 5 hours or something like that. You can get a very good idea on anything within 5 minutes if it's worth the trouble of going for that ride or buying or getting rid of. Sometimes you'll get on something and it'll be a love affair straight up, and a week later you don't even like it. But you know, I've almost pushed the week up on this bike, and the more I'm on it riding it, the better I like it. Like this hill I just come over then, cruising back on that 80 kilometres an hour easy. I don't know if I can get that camera around. Maybe that would be a bit better. But overall, for a little bit of a burst out for a check on that one. Once again, a very windy day here today. But still, anyone out there thinking of one of these bikes, I'd go and buy it, and this is a bit of one I'd be going for too, the 2019 model. It's a friggin' good bike. This is a bit of bike you could ride around Australia. know if you're fit enough to do it, but it'd do it alright. If I could do it. But well, it just leans over and comes around these mild bends and stuff like that, or when I push the back there through the corners a bit, it certainly performs well. And the brakes, look, nice. As far as bikes go, you could buy a lot worse than this one, and you could probably pay a lot more than this one and not get as much as this one. So I think, you know, the way you look at it, good bike. Anyway, once again, thanks for your time to come in and look at the videos, and if you want to see more, by all means think about subscribing to the channel, and I'll keep pushing them out, and maybe in a matter of a couple of weeks time think of doing a couple of upgrades on this bike and throw those up too. And I just haven't looked at what extras and that I can put on this, but this stage I think I'll throw a few goodies on it. First one I think I'll be chasing will be a sports exhaust. And after that, now it's starting to get cold here in central New South Wales, so I don't know, might have to go for a set of heated grips or something like that. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll catch up with you later.